goes aside from my soul. There goes aside, there goes aside. Now there goes aside from my soul. There goes aside from my soul.
Aloha lovelies, this is Lyn and today I'm doing an eyeshadow palette collection. I also have some concealer palettes in here, but it's mostly going to be an eyeshadow palette collection, and this is pretty much my large to medium size palettes. So I might declutter some of these, but I promise you it's not going to be a lot. So if you're looking for a savage declutter, this is not going to be it. It's just, I'm just pretty much getting rid of stuff that I don't really like. Not so much as stuff like I do love, but I want to get rid of stuff. You know what I mean? Just stuff that I don't like is going to go. So let's go ahead and start. Alright, the first ones I want to start off with are my ColourPop eyeshadows. And this is pretty much the only pressed powders that I have. I have the I Think I Love You palette, the Fan Rosa palette, and the Yes Please palette. This is the first ColourPop eyeshadow palette that I got. This is a sheet palette from the Femme Rosa collection with Karuchi and ColourPop, and I really like this. I love the burgundy shades, and I love the shimmers and all that in the matte. This is a really good palette, and as you can see, all the shimmers are in 2 rows, and there's a matte on the bottom. This is the Yes Please palette, and this was actually really popular. I guess you guys probably know, but it took me a while to get to order this because it kept selling out. But this is what it looks like. If you realize that it looks kind of different from other palettes, it's because when I found out it was magnetized from other YouTubers, I took out the eyeshadows and rearranged it to the way that I like. So I got all the oranges in one row and all the light colors in one row and the darkers at the bottom. And here is the I Think I Love You palette, and this one is I also rearranged. This is actually the first one I tried to depop. That's why it's all messed up. But I got it mostly the same lights, mediums, and darks. Except this one might be out of place. Should have been here. I really like it this way. I think it's a nice palette and it has like these neutral brown shades, which I use a lot of. Now I got this of a Shop Hosh. This is the Bad Habit Artistry palette. I got this because I missed out on Master palette by Mario, and I really wanted that, but I just never got my hands on it. So I went and got this because it was the closest dupe, and this actually is pretty good. I think this cost $10 or $12. I'm not sure, but I really do like this palette, so I'm definitely happy I got that. This is the Retro Love from Bad Habit. This is a dupe for Subculture. I never tried the Subculture, so I don't know if it's like actually a dupe, but I actually never tried this palette. I pretty much just got these palettes, so I'm still going through them and figuring how to use them. This right here is, I think, my only Stila product. Or do I have other stuff? I think it's at least my only Stila eyeshadow palette. And these are really colorful eyeshadows. I pretty much got it for this blue, but I ended up not liking it. I am going to pretty much keep it all for these purples right here. And actually, I think I'm going to put this in a maybe. I'm not sure if I really want this. I pretty much only want this row right here, but I do have similar colors to this right here. So I'm going to keep it in a maybe pile. This is a Masquerade Mini from Juvia. And this is what it looks like. This, I love the colors, but I mainly like these neutrals. I like neutral shades. Those are my favorite colors. And this is a Nubian 2 by Juvia's. And I also like this, a lot of neutrals and some pops of colors with these right here. And these shadows are very pretty and pigmented. And I really love how the shadows come out. I don't know. This is a Tortillas Pro. And I recently just got this, and I have used it quite a... I have used it a couple times. The shimmers aren't really the best. Like Juvia's Place is the best, in my opinion, but the mattes are really nice, and I really do like this palette. This is the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette, and I got this at a Nordstrom Rack after they had discontinued it, and it's actually really decent palette. The only thing I can say is most of these shadows right here kind of look the same on my skin, and they're all kind of really light, so I have to depend on these right, and maybe this one right over there. But other than that, I really do like this, so I am keeping this. This is a lip palette, so I'm going to move this to the side. And this is Pixie It's Judy Times It's Eyes Time palette, the Get the Look palette. And I actually really like this. I featured this on my Instagram a bunch of times because I just love how it looks. The shimmers are really, really nice. Let me show you that real quick. It's a beautiful shimmers, and the masks are pretty decent. This is my first Pixie palette that I got, and I really do enjoy this one. This is the Cargo Getaway palette. I got this at Marshall's, and I still haven't used this one. I pretty much just got it a couple days ago, but if it looks like it's used, it's because I scraped the top to sanitize it with some alcohol, because people like to go in the boxes and open them. Mine didn't look open, but just in case, I just wanted to make sure. But I do like this palette. I love the colors. I love the purples. I love the cool tones right here and the greens. It's just very nice cool tone palette. This is the Bon Voyage Volume 2, and I actually really like this as a travel palette. They have lip balms, lip products on the bottom. I don't really use those, and they also have a little list of products that you can use together to create a look. And it also has 9 eyeshadows, 1 highlighter, 1 bronzer, and 2 blushes. So this is like, can make some really nice looks for travel. So I'm definitely keeping this, and I love it. This is a Mother's Day present from my husband. It is Pure or Natural, and it's just some nice natural browns. I really like this, and I think he got this off of Hot Look, and I just love this product. It is actually really, really very nice, as you can see right there. Here's another bomb palette. This is the Meet Matrimony, and I really like the colors in this one right here. I have this burgundy shades right here that I really like, this pink color here, and some nice transition shades. And I really like that they have darker colors to deepen the look, and it just makes nice complete looks. So this is definitely staying. This was my first Morphe palette. This is the 35W, and I honestly only used this a couple times. I didn't really like the shadow. I do like that there were some purples and pinks, but it's just, I just never really got around to using it, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is another palette I got of a Shop Hush. This is the Supernova Bad Habit. This is a dupe for the Lila palette or the Lila palette, I'm not sure, but this is pretty much what it looks like. But I really like these colors. I still haven't used it yet because I recently just got this, but it swatches well and the colors are very beautiful. This is my Ofra palette that I got off of Birchbox, I believe. One of these blushes are from Birchbox, others from Ipsy. These are some NYX eyeshadows I got off the NYX website, and these all here are makeup. This is a BH Cosmetics Carly Bible. I got this when they started to discontinue. I think they discontinued this when they got the new ones, but this is what it looks like. I haven't really used this either, but I do like the highlighters in this palette. Is actually really very nice. I think her updated one has all these colors in it. I'm not sure. Okay, don't judge me on this palette. It's really, really janky because I broke the mirror and I tried to cover it. I didn't have any real tape, so I used washi tape, and that obviously was a bad idea. But the plastic was on, so the glass did not get on there. But these are what it looks like. It's actually a pretty decent palette. I have a lot of neutrals, so I don't really reach for this, but I am going to keep it because I just got it in a BoxyCharm, and I still need to play around with it. This is the Real Her I Feel Beautiful palette. I got this off on the BoxyCharm, and it looks really, really ragged because this is the eyeshadow palette that I let my daughter practice in, so it doesn't look very good. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this and just give it to my daughter since she uses it more than I do. This is the Revlon Eyes, Cheeks, and Lips palette. I got this off of Target when it first came out, and I didn't know much about it. And I got this before I actually started collecting eyeshadows, I think. And these aren't very good. The blush is good, but it mixes in with the cream products and it just makes this total mess. So I don't really like this palette. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one and give it to my daughter. This is the Smashbox Double Exposure palette. And this is what it looks like. I actually got this off of Hot Look when they discontinued it, and I do like it. I think it's a really good palette. I like the cool tones and I like the warmer tones right here. It just makes a lot of different looks. This is the Cargo Wonderlust palette. I also got this one. I got the Getaway palette, and as you can see, it's already red because I scraped the top. But I do like these warm tones right here, the green and the purple, and I just really like it. I like this color right over here. This is a very popular palette, as you guys may know. This is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and this is what mine's look like. It's seen better days, but as you can see, this right here is my favorite color. I use it for my lid a lot, and I just love this palette. This is the Meat Matte Nude palette. I actually like the formula in here better than the Meat Matrimony. I like the transition shade more creamier than the Meat Matte Matrimony, but I really like this transition shade right over here. This is a really good transition. I just put my finger in it. Not pretty. This I got in a BoxyCharm, and I think I only used it once. It was for this color right here. Now I used it during Halloween for a deer costume, just to have some light spots on my face. This is really hard to work with because it's really dry, but I don't really use it, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this to my daughter. This is the Urban Decay Electric palette. This is my first colorful eyeshadow palette that I got, and I got this half off when they were discontinued from Sephora, and I actually like this palette. I don't use a lot of colorful palettes, but this one I really like. As you can see, that silver right there is very beautiful. This eyeshadow palette I pretty much got for the packaging. This is Disney Ohana eyeshadow palette. I got this Hot Look, and this is what the mirror looks like along with Scruff right here. This is pretty much just for collectors, and I really don't think I'll use the shades right here, but it's a nice palette and I think it's pretty. This is the Lorac California palette. I'm not sure which one this is. Well, this is a Lorac palette. This is a Lorac palette because I'm not sure which one this is. But this has a lot of nice rosy shades. I used this quite a bit. I also got this when they discontinued it, so it's half off, and I really like it. A lot of people don't like this palette, but I think it's fine. I think it's really pretty. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, and I actually really like this palette. I don't use it a lot for the colors, which is probably why I haven't used that Retro Love palette, because I'm just not really drawn to the colors, but this is a good quality palette. I've used it a couple times. This is another BoxyCharm palette that I got. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2. And this is what it looks like. It has a lot of shimmers in this one matte right here. I haven't used this really yet because I just have so many neutral colors, but I'm still going to keep it. And this is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself. I really do like this palette. I use this more than any of the other colorful palettes that I have, and I guess because it's just more lighter, but it's shimmery, so I really like using these on my lid. This is a Naked Urban Decay Smoky. I got this a while ago. I use this when I do a smoky eye, which isn't very much because I hardly ever go out at night, but I actually really like the quality. The quality is good. My daughter actually really loves this, but I'm still keeping it for myself. The Sugar Pill Little Twin Stars Limited Edition Eyeshadow Palette. I got this at Beautylish. This is what the back looks like. It has this on the back of the plastic sleeve. And I really like this palette. I think it's very cute. I love the little twin stars here. And I love the quality of these shadows. These are really good. But I do use other palettes to work with this one because it doesn't make a really complete look. Almost done with this basket. This is the Balm Nude Tude, and I really like this eyeshadow palette. It has a lot of nice rosy colors with some gold bronzes, and I just really like how this looks on my eyes, so I'm keeping that. This is the L'Oreal Love Palette Nude 2. This is pretty good for drugstore, but I don't think I'm going to keep it. I haven't reached for it for a long time. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this one. This is the Urban Decay Naked palette, and as you can see I use it quite a bit, and that's because this is my older palettes, but it hasn't expired yet and I'm still gonna keep it. This is a Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons. I got this one as half off on TooFaced.com, and this is what the colors are like. I still haven't really made any dips in it, and I really do like this palette, so this is staying. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, and I really like this palette. This is a Valentine's Day gift from my husband. I really like the shimmers in this palette. They are just so pretty. Like right here, this is a nice color. You see that? Oh, you see that color right there? It is just so pretty. So I am definitely keeping this. I'm never getting rid of it. I love this palette. This is a Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. I also got this when it was half off. I really like this palette and I've used it quite a bit. So this is definitely... This is a Heron by Juvia's. I like these colors. I really like this orange. It is like my favorite color in this whole palette. As you can see, it's very, very pigmented and very, very smooth. And it's just such a pretty palette. This is a Nubian by Juvia's. And I actually really like this because, of course, it's a neutral palette. But it's a nice, warmer neutral palette. And it's just so pretty. This is an eyeshadow palette I recently just got off of Hot Look, because they discontinued it. And so they were selling it for a really good price. This is the Tarte High Performance Naturals Clay Play Face Shaping Palette. And this is what it looks like. I actually just used it a little bit for the shade right here, and it came out pretty good. So I really like this palette. This is the Christmas in New York Merry Macaroons. I got this as a Christmas present from my husband. This was the first palette he ever got me, and I really do like this palette. As you can see, it's been used a little bit, but this purple one, I'm not really sure. It's okay. I do like purples, but this one honestly doesn't really show up in my eyes, but I do like the rest of the palette. So I'm going to try to keep using this. This is the Smashbox Master Class palette. Yes, that's what it's called. And this is what it looks like. As you can see, there's cream products on this side, and there is some eyeshadows and blushes on this side. And this is actually a really decent palette. A lot of people didn't like this, or they don't really talk about it, but I think it's pretty good. This is actually discontinued though. This is the Lorac Makeup Pro that I got recently during the second relaunch. As you can see, it's already messed up because I use this almost every single day. I really, really like this eyeshadow palette, and I'm glad they relaunched it because I love the colors and the quality. It's the Lorac Makeup Pro 3. I actually got this before the Burgundy palette, before they launched the Burgundy palette, and I really, really like this. Also, I love the natural colors and some parts of burgundy, and you can also make smoky eye looks with this. This is really good. I really like the Lorac Pro eyeshadow quality. I think it's very, very nice. They're pigmented, they blend well, and they're really soft. And this is my last eyeshadow palette for my large palettes. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I recently just got this from Ulta, and I actually really like it. I used it a couple times and it was pretty good. So these are all the palettes that I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which may not be a lot compared to the eyeshadows I'm keeping, but I keep the ones that I love. These ones I don't love very much, so they are gonna go. So I have another palette collection to show you. Those are my smaller eyeshadow palettes, and those ones I'm probably gonna get rid of quite a few. So I'm gonna post that up later. I want to thank you for spending time with me. If you like my video, please press the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe and press the notification button. And I hope to see you again. Aloha!